I want a more powerful brain. This video is 27 ways to develop your mind. Did you know it's possible for almost anyone to increase their memory capability by 300% in just an hour? That is from one of the 27 ways to develop your mind. Check this out. Number one, the first way to develop your mind is engage in opposing points of view. Don't surround yourself and don't talk to people who just believe the way you believe. I think we'll all agree that some TV and news channels slant one way, other news channels slant the other way. Whatever your belief tends to be, I encourage you to watch the other perspectives. Listen to the other perspectives. Seek out people who view the world differently than you and ask questions, not to win an argument, but to see their point of view. Travel the world. That's going to help you see different perspectives. And seeing different perspectives, even if you don't agree, will develop your mind. Number two, metacognition. Think about your thinking. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Think about, what am I thinking about right now? When you go for a walk, don't just think about something. Pay attention to what you're thinking about. Notice what you're thinking about. Be conscious of your thinking and how you react to certain events. How do you react to a person when they say this? How do you react to a person when they say this? Become conscious of your thinking and maybe even keep a journal and take notes. Metacognition. Think about your thinking. Number three, meditate. Meditate actually rewires your neural pathways. Meditation can reduce stress, it can reduce anxiety, and it might be hard to meditate at the beginning. So maybe you want to do a guided meditation, or maybe you want to work up to it and just meditate for a few minutes, and then you can build and build and build until you're meditating for longer in the day. Or you want to get an app on your phone, but meditate. It'll reduce your stress, it'll reduce your anxiety, it'll improve your clarity, it'll improve your ability to focus. Next, exercise often. Your brain and your body are connected. What is good for your body is going to be good for your brain. What is good for your brain is going to be good for your body. When you're healthy and when you're fit, your blood is flowing better. More oxygen is getting to your brain. Your brain is going to be more awake. And maybe you do something that's low impact, like walking or jogging or swimming. I do jujitsu. You don't have to be crazy and do something where people are trying to joke you. That's my exercise. Whatever you want to do, though, make sure that you exercise. Your body and your brain are all one. Next, cultivate healthy relationships. And I don't just mean healthy relationships with people exactly like you. We kind of talked about this before. You want to listen to opposing points of view. But it's also good to have friends with different points of view. Maybe it's good to have a friend who's really super successful in business, and another one who's really super successful at working out, and maybe another one who has a perspective from a different part of the country or a different part of the world or a different religion than you. But cultivate healthy relationships with these people. Relationships involve communication and talking and asking questions and understanding, but work on your relationships, and working on your relationships was going to develop your brain. Next, ask more questions. Leonardo da Vinci used to have a journal where all he did in that journal was ask questions. He would write down questions like, why do birds fly? Why do they slow down right before they land? He would just ask all these questions and he wouldn't worry about the answers. He knew that if he closed his journal and went about his day, his subconscious mind would be working on those questions. Ask questions like Leonardo da Vinci did. It's going to engage your brain. It's going to develop your mind. Next, sit down. Get rid of distractions. You know what I did this month, the last 4 weeks? After 7 p.m. each night, I turned off my cell phone. And at 7 p.m. on Friday, I turned it off and didn't look at it, for the most part, until 7 a.m. on Monday. No cell phone, no social media, no Instagram, even no YouTube. I did not want to distract myself. I wanted to relax. I wanted to be at peace. Next, seek out sunlight. You gotta get outside. That sunlight, that vitamin D, is gonna give you a positive attitude. It's gonna give you more energy. It's gonna help you with depression and anxiety. Get some sunlight. If you can't get at least 15 minutes of sunlight a day, make sure you take some vitamin D supplements. Next, read. And you know what my favorite books are to read? Old books. books. I even have a link down below on the subject of old books that I have reviewed. A lot of them are old memory books. So click the link below and check out those books. I love reading books. Books written 100, 200 years ago. But regardless, read. It engages your brain. And when you read, don't just read to learn. Read to ask yourself, is what this author saying true? Is what this author saying correct? And then reason with it in your brain. If you determine that it's correct, you've added it to your database of knowledge. If you determine that it's not correct, you've worked on your reasoning skills and developing your brain. Reading is a powerful tool in developing your mind. Click the link down below to read some really old books, a lot of them on memory in the brain, for free. Next, get enough sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, your brain's not going to be operating to maximum capacity. Dr. James Moss, who wrote a book called Sleep for Success, he said you need to get between 7 and 9 hours per sleep a night. He would coach Olympic athletes, and one of the things he would tell his Olympic athletes is, get more sleep. One of them said, I don't want to be sleeping in till 7 or 8 in the morning. What are my competitors and friends and family going to think? He said, do you care really what they think, or do you care about winning the gold medal? Sleep is crucial for an Olympic athlete and a student. Whenever you are studying and then you get a good night's sleep that night, your brain replays what you learned during the day. You will remember it more with a good night's sleep. Next, eat healthy foods. Cut down on excessive sugar. Cut down on excessive salt. Cut down on excessive alcohol. Your brain needs healthy foods to function. Drink plenty of water. A dehydrated brain can't focus. Eat an avocado a day. That healthy fat is tremendous for your brain. Next, maintain high standards and maintain a healthy mindset. What does high standards mean? A high standard means set goals and set big goals. Reasonable, but goals that you can hit. But also maintain a healthy mindset. Don't let fear and anxiety, oh, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or tall enough, or strong enough, or old enough, or young enough. Maintain a healthy mindset. Next, learn something new. Set a goal for yourself. You know what? I want to speak Spanish. Hola, mi nombre es Ron. Or you want to learn to play the guitar. Or you want to get really good at jitsu. Or you want to just learn to sew something. Or you want to learn to paint or draw. Learn a new skill. Something that's totally different from who you are. That will engage your brain. Next, do brain training exercises. There was a book called Keep Your Brain Alive by Manning Rubin and Lawrence Katz, both PhDs. And they said if you do things that are new, it will engage your brain. Like whenever you walk in your house, close your eyes and try to walk through your house with your eyes closed. Do it slowly so you don't hurt yourself. But that closing your eyes and trying to remember where everything is at is going to use your brain in different ways. Put a bunch of coins in your pocket and reach in your pocket and try to determine what the coins are by the feel of the coins. That will engage your brain in a different way. These are brain training exercises that actually have benefits. Next, take care of your health. Go to the doctor, get a blood test, and find out what your hormone levels are, what your vitamin levels are, if you're dehydrated. Pay attention to your health, and your doctor will say, hey, you need to take more of this vitamin, or you need to drink more water, or maybe we could do this to boost your testosterone levels. Pay attention to your health, and go and visit your doctor, because paying attention to your health will also pay attention to your brain health. Next, try something creative. Doing something creative creates new neural pathways. Maybe you want to take an art class or a cooking class or learn how to sculpt or learn how to paint. Do something that is creative, something that really evokes your imagination. Maybe you want to become a writer and write a fiction story about a talking bird. That'd be cool. Next, travel more. I've been to 55 countries, maybe 56 now, 56 or 57. I've lost count. I am not the same person I was 15 years ago when I went to my first foreign country, Malaysia. A few weeks after that, I went to Singapore. Since then, I've been to Indonesia, and I've been to Japan, and China, and Zimbabwe, and Tanzania, and Nigeria, and Nepal, and Sri Lanka. By going to these different places, by seeing the different parts of the world, it's engaged my brain to think about things a different way. I'm like, why do they do that way? Why do they believe that? And that bouncing that around in my head has been great for the development of my mind. Next, exercise your memory. You can build your memory. You can build it by as much as 300% using techniques known as the mind palace. What's the mind palace? It's where you visualize locations in a room. You number the desk, the bed, the TV, the dresser. Then you get words you want to remember, dog, cat, refrigerator, and you just imagine them on top of those pieces of furniture. Almost anybody can remember 3 times as much information that way as they can with their normal memory. If you don't know what the mind palace is, click the link down below and check out my black belt memory course. It is really good at explaining the mind palace method. Next, at the end of the day, replay what you did that day. But don't just start at the beginning and replay the whole day. Try to start backwards and review your day backwards. It requires a lot of thinking. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so challenging. But that's going to engage your brain. A good game you can play with your brain to develop your mind. Next, keep a journal. Keeping a journal is going to have a lot of benefits to the development of your mind. One of the first things that it's going to do is it's going to keep a record of changes over the years, and you'll have those journals to see that. Another thing is, it'll get your thoughts out on paper. Sometimes our thoughts aren't clear until we write them down, and then when we write them down, it becomes so clear. A journal is a great place to get your ideas out on paper. It's a great time to debate with yourself. It's also a great time to see what you really know about its topic. If you're studying for a test, open up your journal and write everything you know about what you're studying for and see how much you can remember. Next, declutter your mind and your life. Get rid of things that aren't necessary. Do you have a storage unit just full of stuff that you don't use? I used to have 2 cars. Why do I need 2 cars? If you have 2 cars, no condemnation here. But I sold one of them. What's the point? The more I get rid of stuff and the more I declutter, it's almost like more and more weight is being lifted off my brain. There's something to be said for minimalism. Next, surround yourself with positive people. If you are surrounding yourself with negative people, oh my gosh, I can't believe this about the government, I can't believe this about society, I can't believe this about people, or if you're around people who just like to gossip about other people, get rid of them. Surround yourself with positive people. People who are talking about their goals. They're talking about the things that they want to do in life, that they want to accomplish. They're not complaining about society, the government, or other people. Moving forward, they're positive. Next, play more. Have fun. Work hard. Work. But when you play, play hard. For you, playing hard may just be laying by the beach, relaxing and taking a nap. That's fine. But make time for play. Make time for fun. It will relax you. It will relax your brain, and you will come back more refreshed and your brain more awake to tackle your next challenge. And lastly, learn from your mistakes. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it and say, I was wrong. Man, I shouldn't have done that. How could I have done that better? I've been given the same memory training speech for 29 years now. And after every speech, do you know what I ask myself? What could I have done better? What could I have changed? How could have I improved that? I have given that speech thousands and thousands of times. And every time I ask myself, what could I have done better? I'm always so happy when I think about it and I'm like, I think that one I nailed. I don't know if I could have done anything better, but a lot of times I could have. And because of that, the speech continues to get better. These are my ways to develop the brain and develop the mind. I hope you develop your brain and your mind. I have a link down below in the comment on my black belt memory course. If you want to get that, click the link down below, enter your email address. I'll give you a free gift on my memory training tips. I would love it if you give me a like. Comment down below if you like these things on how to develop your mind. Let me know how you develop your mind. Please subscribe. I work hard on these videos and I'd love to see you more often. But engage with me. 27 ways to develop your mind. I'll see you on the next video.